All right, well, we'll get started. So I know these past few weeks, if you have been tuning in, and if you have, welcome back. If this is your first time, welcome. My name is Praveen. I am based in Los Angeles. I live in Venice, so I'm very close to the beach. I always like to joke in LA. I feel like, we're very lucky with the weather. So it always feels like summer. It always feels like a good time to host. So if you have been, tuning in, the past few weeks, I have been predominantly talking about wellness, about beauty, about skincare, and today I get to talk about a whole other subsection on the Verishop app that I love shopping for, which is home. So the theme of today is going to be how to host. I grew up in a household where my parents were always hosting. They loved having big dinner parties. They loved having people over for cocktails. It was just a very social, kind of like convivial, fun atmosphere. And they definitely passed that on to me. And of course, in the last few months, gatherings have been a lot smaller. And as we're all getting comfortable sort of seeing friends, depending on what your comfort level is, one of the things I have been enjoying doing is having like small groups of friends gathering at mine. We do have a garden space outside. We have like this really cozy little living room. So I am going to guide you through some of my favorite things that I found on the app, as well as just I'll be making a margarita because you know what? It's 4 o'clock. It's not 5, but it's 4 o'clock in LA, which I think is the perfect time to get started. So just a quick reminder, everything is, of course, 15% off during and 30 minutes after the show. So if there's something that you see today you've been eyeing, or there's something you're dying to get, now is a good time to get it. So we'll get started. So first things first, one of the things that happened, so I think I mentioned this before, but I was supposed to get married last year and we postponed our wedding. And since we were spending so much time at home, one of the things that we did, hi Ashley, was start kind of like putting things on our registry, and we actually started purchasing stuff off a registry. I know it sounds silly, but we're at home. We should just start using some of the stuff that, we want. And one of the things that we got gifted was a really nice Wusthof knife set. So I had a knife set before. It was sort of like your typical, like, in your 20s, you buy like a knife set that's just like a little amalgamation of everything. And so we were gifted this really nice Wusthof set. So this is like, I use a paring knife every single day. And because it's a much nicer set, one of the things I looked into was how often you need to sharpen it. So they suggest sharpening your knives every few months and getting them professionally sharpened. But then I thought, why don't I just get a knife sharpener that I can keep at home? So this is the Zwilling V-Edge knife sharpener. It's like almost as big as me. No, it's actually very small and it's very, very light. It's pretty portable. So show it to you guys. This one's nice because it doesn't feel like a big bulky item you have to have in your house. Oh, and it's on sale today for $61, guys. Great deal. So this one's cool. I love this one because it has not only is it super lightweight and easy to store and very portable, it has both sharpening stones for Western knives and Eastern. So if you have like a Japanese knife, which I know is very popular these days, it's great for like cutting and like finely slicing sushi grade fish. It has both. So currently we've got our Western one like this. And that's very easy to put in. Just kind of slide it in like that. And then stored at the bottom is the Eastern. So you can switch them out very easily. So you're really getting 2 for 1. And like Wusthof, Zwilling is, this brand has been around forever. It's German. I believe it was founded in like the 1700s. So they are sort of the gold standard for, I didn't really put this back in very well. They are the gold standard for, just good quality homewares. And it's really easy to use. So I'm going to demonstrate how to do it with your paring knife. You just pull it down like that and pull it out, and it should take care of it. So, knife here. One of the things too that, you know, we've been in this house for a couple of years now. My glassware is sort of all over the place, and I haven't seen my parents in a while, but the last time my dad's a big Scotch drinker and we never have like whiskey glasses. So one of the things I decided to get was this gorgeous Monday Sunday whiskey cup set of two. So I'll share it to you right now. It's glass. It's a really nice heft. It doesn't feel too heavy. There we go. Thanks, Allie. It is a good tip. All right, so I got 2 sets of these. Great size. Looks really beautiful. They're etched great. I, again, am not someone, I mean, I know people out there, and if you are one of these people, good on you. I think it's wonderful. Like, I have friends who have like very extensive sets of like red wine glasses, white wine glasses. I drink my wine out of like a whiskey glass. I love putting the cocktail in a whiskey glass. I'll drink champagne. You know, I kind of like, other than like a really gorgeous flute, I kind of like to mix and match. So we're going to be making margaritas in this today. So first things first, I'm going to slice this lime, and you can see how easily that slices now because of how well sharpened the knife was. So Monday Sunday, founded in 2018, like the name sort of evokes, it is, you know, just basic homeware for everyday, for your everyday uses. They have all kinds of really great stuff on Verishop. They have great glasses. They've got plates. They've got all kind of really great stuff. And their pricing is really fair and very affordable, but you're not skimping on the quality. And the nice thing with these glasses too is that they're glass. They're not super delicate though. You can put them in the dishwasher. They are dishwasher safe too. So if you're having an event, you don't have to worry about having to hand wash them. So we'll start with ice. This is another thing that I recommend. I like big ice. I know I feel like people have all kinds of preferences. Some people are crushed ice people. Some people are cubed ice people. Some people like big ice like this. And I like big ice like this because, hey, I just think it looks a little chicer. But also from, I guess, just from a practicality standpoint, the larger the ice, the longer it takes to melt, hence the longer your cocktail stays cold. So this is the WNP silicone ice tray. Let me pull this up for you. So it's extra large ice cubes. There you go. This one also comes with a lid, so you can cover it on there before you put it in the freezer. It keeps, you know, any like odors or anything that's sort of like lingering in your freezer out. It's also BPA free. It is dishwasher safe. It is, you know, it's not going to like leak any parabens. So there you go. So you see that in. I like to put a little garnish, a little kind of like herbaceous herb in it. So I got some basil leaves, and I'll just kind of slide them in there, and you can just kind of like rub it around the glass, give it a little bit of an essence on the glass. All right, so you tuck it in. Next up, I'm gonna do, I like silver tequila. This is my new obsession, Tepazon. It's excellent tequila. It has no additives. I had 3 Palomas the other night and I did not have a hangover, so you know it's good. And we'll do 1.5 ounces. Why not? Put that in. Let me grab a little grapefruit juice. I went to the farmer's market this morning. There's one really close to my house, and I feel like I always hear about people taking slow mornings. I don't know if anyone else does out there. Give me a little thumbs up if you do. It's nice having a slow and then our gorgeously cut limes. just squeeze that in. All right. I like to use a wooden spoon. Just turn it around in there. And there you go. So yeah, with cocktails, I mean, look, we've all, I think anyone who drinks, who's been stuck in their house the last year and a half, I think has gotten pretty good at making their own cocktails. Nothing beats having a drink made for you, but I think we've all kind of learned how to make the cocktails at home and to treat ourselves. The thing I like about making a simple cocktail like that too is you can make a large batch of it, put it in a little pitcher like this one. Excuse me. Keep it on your table. And like a nice tip too that I always suggest is putting herbs in everything. It's going to just give it a little extra something. I mean, garnish is gorgeous. You know, now that your knives are really perfectly sharpened, you could even just slice a little bit like that, right? And pop it in nice and thin. And of course, you can rim your glass. I am team no salt on my margaritas, so that's how I'm going to have mine. Okay, so we made the margarita. We still got some time. I got some other stuff to show you. So maybe you have guests who are coming who don't want a hard liquor. You're going to do wine, right? Do you have the right tools to serve? And beyond glasses, there are other things that can kind of up your wine game at home. So one of the things that was on my registry that I got was this gorgeous rabbit, or it's RBT, but it's rabbit wine decanters. This one I love. It's a great price, and it's also just so beautiful. It looks very mid-century. It comes with this great base, gold rimmed, beautiful shape, nice sturdy glass. So we'll talk a little bit about, first we'll talk about rabbit. You know, it's funny. My dad actually gave me, I mean, RBT, which is rabbit, has been in the business for 30 years. They were the ones who made the original electric corkscrew. And I remember my dad gave it to me a long, long time ago. And it was like really bulky. And I didn't think much of it because, let's be honest, at that point I was drinking like 2 Chuck. And he was like, no, you want to hang on to this. Obviously, over the years, they have expanded, but they've always sort of been like the preeminent name in wine accessories. And the whole thing with decanting is, and if this is news to you, great. And if it's not, bear with me. But sorry, my cat's like making weird noises over there. If you hear him meowing, it's just my cat. You basically want to decant because it does 2 things. It's going to separate the sediment in your wine, and it's going to open up and aerate the wine. So if you're drinking wines that are rich in tannins, that have like really layered, complex flavors, decanting it is going to open it up and make it a lot more pleasant to drink. It's going to open the bouquet. If you're someone who's really into like the aroma and the notes of wine, it's definitely going to do that. So put it out here. Depending on the age, it's anywhere from like 30 minutes to 2 hours. And as you can see, sometimes when I get a little lazy, or if I'm just having a glass, what I would do is I drink a lot of natural wine too. So if you are drinking something that's a pet nut or an orange wine, it's going to have sediment in it, as you probably know. This in the decanter is going to catch all of the sediment. So sometimes what I'll just do is, if I'm just pouring, a glass at home, I just put it in, it aerates out, gets the sediment out, and then I don't have any sediment in my glass. So it's a little lazy, but it does do the trick. The other thing you can do is, and this is my newest wine purchase, I'm very into it, they also make an aerator. So an aerator you would just put on the top of a bottle like you would a cork. I'm trying to see, I don't have an empty bottle, but you get the idea. You can use your imagination. So you're going to uncork the bottle. You're going to screw that on. Let me show it to you. Bear with me. There we go. Okay, so let's say you don't want to bite the bullet on the beautiful, but I get it. It's a big piece. You want to get something like this. You want to just aerate. Get one of these. This is so easy to plug on your bottle. Pours out. Also prevents any spillage, which, have a couple glasses of wine. There could be some spillage after. So this is just going to aerate. So we'll talk a little bit about like the difference again between decanting and aerating. So typically you want to decant, if it's an older bottle, or if it's something that is, yeah, it's a much older wine, it's something you're pulling out of a cellar, or it's been delicately bottled, you're gonna want to decant it typically, and it's not going to it's gonna help get all that sediment out. Again, with like natural wines, that's a great way to do it. And the nice thing with the decanter too is that it holds wine up to 18 hours. So let's say you don't finish the wine and you want to like hold it another day, it will last, which is really nice. Honestly, too, this is such a gorgeous, you have to forgive me, it's a little dusty right now, but it's a really gorgeous presentation piece to it. It looks so pretty sitting on my table. I have it sitting on like its own little thing kind of by my credenza, and it just looks like a great little piece. And then with an aerator, you only you can use this with newer wines. Typically they say like with a with like a big bold kind of juicy red, an aerator works just as well. So you don't have to go for the full decanting, but that's just, I wanted to give you options, kind of give you. So again, the tip is on younger, bigger, bolder wines, an aerator works just fine. On older wines that are a little bit more delicate, you're going to want to use the decanter. So, just take a drink, sip of my drink. So those are the two things. Does anyone have any questions at this point that I can answer? If not, I can move on. I'm going to put this away so I don't accidentally break it. All right. So we've talked about kind of hosting with drinks. I showed you how to make my cocktail. We've talked about the knife set, which again, I think anytime you're prepping food, anytime you are cutting anything, you want to get a good, nice grip on it. Glassware is so important. Those whiskey glasses are gorgeous. They're a nice addition to any home. We've done the wine. What else do we do? One of the things that I've been trying to kind of replace in my kitchen is I have a lot of really ugly Tupperware. I had this one, I don't know why I hung on to it for as long as I did. I mean, it was just like your average run-of-the-mill plastic thing. The lid didn't even sit on properly, and I was just like obsessed with hanging on to it for no good reason. So, searching on Verishop, and I found this awesome brand, Ores. There we go. So Ores, as you can probably see, is backward for zero. This company is very, very focused on converting people to get closer to being zero waste. So they're making products that are, sustainable, that are good for the environment, but that are also beautiful and chic and like look nice and are very presentable. So I threw out a bunch of my old Tupperware and I got the small enamel food container just to test it out, and I've been loving it. I'm actually gonna get the bigger one too, which I'll show you in a second. But this is just a great thing. Again, it's little enough. It's perfect for, it also just looks really chic. It looks like almost like a little Japanese like lunch tiffin. So this is ceramic. It's multi-layered porcelain. So it feels sturdy. It's really nice. This is acacia wood. Seals it in perfectly. This was just like, I made some squash yesterday and I wanted some left over for my eggs, but this is perfect for if you're having a couple of people over. You know what this is great for? Like bits of like the cheese bits that get left on your garnish. Like if you have like leftover limes or lemons that you now slice and you want to put somewhere. This is great. It's also, this is also dishwasher and it's also oven safe. So now if you're coming home with food from Erewhon or Whole Foods or wherever, like your leftovers, and you want to heat it up, you don't have to go through the whole rigmarole of like plating it, heating it up. You can just pop this bad boy in the oven and you are good to go. So Ores, and then here is the tall enamel food container, and this one's bigger, and that's just going to be more storage for you. But I am open to, if anyone has, one of the things I want to try next as well is are those like washable containers. If anyone's tried those and has any tips for me, please let me know. I'd love to hear. I'm just trying to move towards being a little bit more sustainable, just kind of like buying products for my item, like buying items for my kitchen that not only look good but that are also going to help me be a little bit better with waste management. So Ores tall enamel food container. Quick little reminder that everything today that I'm presenting is 15% off if you want to shop. It's also 15% 30 minutes after the show. So that's the container. I'm going to pop this back in the fridge. And last but not least, I have some music playing. I don't know if you can necessarily hear it. A great playlist is always key, but so is setting the vibe with a gorgeous candle. Scent is so important. It's so evocative, really can make or break the difference when your guests walk in and your home smells good. Like I mentioned, I have a cat. I really would like to think I don't have a house that smells like cat house, but one way that I can do that is obviously having this gorgeous candle. So this is the L'Or de Seraphine. These candles are insanely gorgeous. They have so many different scents. The one that I have is Ares, I think. So they're really cool. This is a ceramic container, as you can see. It's a gorgeous piece. It has a lid that comes with it. They partner with different design houses and they curate different scents for all of the different beautiful containers. This is the large. It's great value. I mean, if you think of like designer candles and how expensive they can get, this is a really gorgeous one. I love this. It actually kind of reminds me of, I don't know if anyone else is watched White Lotus. It kind of reminds me of the intro to the show. It smells like heaven. This one in particular smells like it's patchouli, it's a eucalyptus, it's sage, it's cedar. It's like it's very it's fresh, it's spicy, it's a little woody, it's very, very cozy. I mean, my house, as you can see, has a lot of like wood accents, so I like to kind of lean into that, make it feel very cabiny, make it feel very warm and cozy. So that is, I would say, kind of like the last thing, right? You know, when having people over, I think like great if you drink, which I do, having some great cocktails, something easy to whip up in big batch, a great way to serve wine with a beautiful decanter like that. You can leave that out in your guests, make sure that like you're topping everyone up and that it's aerating and we're opening up the bouquet, something to put it all away in, and a gorgeous candle. And then also, if you are not the host and you're going somewhere, these candles make excellent hostess gifts. And later too, once it burns out, you can always just warm up the wax, remove it, and you have this gorgeous container. So you're recycling as well. Zero waste, like we were just saying. So that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for joining in. If anyone has any other questions, please don't be shy. We have a couple minutes. I don't want to hop out of here until I've answered everyone's questions. The cocktail is delicious. If anyone was wondering, it's hitting the spot. I'm probably going to drink through this very quickly. But that's all I have for y'all. So again, 15% off. There are some awesome things. Knife sharpener, which I think every kitchen should have. I mean, you want your knives to be nice and sharp and so that they're safe and they're like easy to use and you're not like sawing away. Candles, containers, again, moving away from zero waste, just something that you can then like throw in the oven the next day. Great glasses that are dishwasher safe. I mean, you want something beautiful, but that's also not going to be tough to care for. And it's also not going to like shatter in your hands. And yeah, that's it. So I won't be going live next Friday because I am traveling. I'm going to Miami next week. So I'm going to be doing a live at 4 p.m. on Monday. We're going back to our regularly scheduled programming. I will be doing How to Pack with me, and I'll just be packing some stuff to take to the beach with me. So please join me then. I will send out a reminder on the Verishop app. And have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Cheers. Mwah. Salut. Bye.